got in trouble with that jalapeno. That was weird. That was awkward.
That was pretty.
Yeah, that was
pretty
weird.
weird.
It was a bad moment for everyone. Anywho, everybody, hope you guys are ready. All right, last time I'm gonna ask them ready because I'm sure they're getting a little annoyed. snAck saying go go go. As well as we gotta wait for
You're the hoe.
BCNExRine. I'm the hoe, indeed. Who the hoe?
You know.
Idaho.
Yeah,
That's so lame.
it's so
Alright, we got both people, guys.
Cheesiness is cheesy. You gonna go ahead and introduce them first game?
Sure, yeah. Excellent. Egg salad activated. I hear it's high in protein, low in carbs. That didn't make sense. I don't really eat egg salad in general. Alright guys, what's going on everybody? My name is BCN Palomino. We are going to bring you our first Team BCN.net tournament on the EU region. We're going to go ahead and start this off as a bronze through gold tournament. Spawning at the top left is BCNExRine, and XRine actually has a few probes on in protest because they're pacifists and they don't like fighting and they just don't want a part of it. But we'll see how XRine deals with it, as he is the king of that little settlement over there at the top left of our first map, which is going to be Ohana. snAck going to go ahead and spawn as the blue Terran on the bottom right. Looks like he's got no guys stepping out of line. Right now, it's wartime. These two guys going to go ahead and duke it out. Let me actually put up the brackets for a second. Let me give you guys a clear view. We do have snAck going to go ahead and be the silver Terran, while XMarine is going to be a Goldie Locks.
And the 3 bears?
And the what?
And the 3 bears?
And the 3 bears. The 3 little bears.
Like you said at the start, BCNExRine did have a little mishap on his split. That did leave 4 probes not mining for quite some time. So snAck is going to be a bit ahead in probe count. snAck going to go ahead and get that early supply depot, going for a faster barracks, which can lead to a faster robo, which is kind of, it helps you get a little bit better economy right off the start. And the fact that XMarine did not correctly, he did mess up his split a bit, that is going to give snAck that another little extra boost in economy. Barracks about halfway done as this, as same for the gateways, so they're both about the same timing on their primary unit production, you can say. Everything's looking pretty normal right now.
Oh, you almost said it, but you didn't.
I almost did it. Everything's looking pretty common right now for TVP. Nothing too out of the ordinary. Barracks gonna go ahead and put about a marine. Nothing out of the ordinary. I just said that. Orbital command is on the way, and everything's looking pretty common right now.
Pretty common. Yeah, we are seeing we are seeing a fast expand from Terran. Very common. So really surprised. I do expect to see BCNExRine to go ahead and do the exact same thing. Literally, it's almost looking at these Terran players. It's almost a PVT. Almost looks like a mirror matchup, because right now maybe it's just a metagame situation, but both players want to go ahead and fast expand. It seems to be the most common. However, looks like XRine is actually stream cheating and proving me wrong as I say it. Oh god, he has a fast upload speed. I'm joking about the stream cheating thing, of course, but he is taking his second gas really fast and fast, and his no probe is going to his natural to go ahead and signal for an expansion. So I think we are going to see some serious shenanigans come from XRine, as he is going to be stuck on one base for a very long time. Second racks going down, expansion on its way, bunker on the money, because snAck sees no expansion, and most commonly if you don't see an expansion for Protoss, you're going to deal with a 4-gate.
Yeah, that definitely, well, normally whenever you 4-gate, you wouldn't really want to take that second gas just so you can get a bit more, get a bit faster, some gateways instead of, having your money on gas. But this could be some kind of meta 4-gate that would, involve taking both of your gases, which I wouldn't be surprised to see. This probe is actually gonna save up money and grab that Nexus. He is gonna go for the expansion, so probably no 4-gate shenanigans. Well, no 4-gate shenanigans, like I said, unless it's metagame. Right now, Orbital Command is going to go down on snAck's natural. snAck is playing really standard 3 racks. Probably going to transfer into heavy bio from these 3 racks. But maybe triple M would be something pretty standard to do whenever you have a scenario like this. Orbital Command's gonna pull up down a mule. Mules are extremely useful in TVP just because Chrono Boost can really catch up in probe count, so luckily you have mules. This bunker is only gonna have 3 Marines in it, which can make a pretty huge difference whenever it comes to those 3 Marines surviving, so I don't know if he was just only put that there, or if he purposely put 3 in, or he was just not really paying attention. Spidey was gonna go down to watch the rocks in case the rocks start getting beaten down, because that is a very, very bad thing to happen. You kind of bunker up your natural ramp and your rocks get knocked down and you just end up getting your mineral line wiped out and they just kind of leave unscathed.
Yeah, it seems BCNExRine not really sure what he wants to use this excess gas for. It could be that he wants to lead into a really heavy Colossus play. I really like snAck's positioning of these depots. You did mention at least one of them. We do have one at the far right corner of his main, the far left corner of his main, and also what you mentioned right next to these rocks. These Marines look like they're actually looking around for pylons. I really do think snAck right now is thinking that there's some blink shenanigans going down, but right now no higher tech other than gateways going down for BCNExRine, as he is playing very defensively. It looks like he's going into a standard macro game, getting his natural up, getting the gases up. He did get that gas a little early, and what do we have down here? 2 more gates, and there's the Twilight, which could lead into the Storm, and maybe this is a rush of Storm, which has been very popular these days, to go ahead and skip Colossus Tech, delay it, get your Storm out, and then go into the Colossus Tech. It is a kind of a metagame switch up, and does put Terran in a really awkward position, because Terran has to scout it before he can appropriately prepare for it.
You're absolutely right, and whenever it comes to scouting, neither player really has too much information right now. Nice pack of Marines is going to come up and try to do some damage, but I think the sentry count is a bit too high, and these force fields should ward him off. Or he doesn't need force fields, which is kind of snAck saying, like, could try to push. Oh, but one Stalker's going to get picked off. This early in the game, though each Stalker is pretty precious, he's going really sentry heavy. This is normally common for Zerg play to go really sentry heavy because you need to force field off against slings and such, but he's going to do it against Terran, which isn't that bad because if he scouts heavy bio, which he did scout no gas, so that usually is a sign of heavy bio, heavy Marine play especially, then you should probably get some sentries just to, like, you know, cut the army in half. Just cutting an army in half can do so much to their DPS and just drop the amount of damage they're putting out. So you can win if you're micro as well, these force fields, which is actually not the easiest micro in the world. Force fielding is actually pretty challenging, especially if you're in the middle of a fight and you need to do it.
Yeah, and it looks like we may see a little tug of war going down between here. It looks like snAck is in full retreat. It is that combination of force field and guardian shield that is just brutal for these Marines. It looks like they are going to go ahead and run right up into the face. It's almost like watching roaches engage, as they literally just hug that army.
Right. They just kind of hug the army and just hold them in place and do a lot of damage. A lot of Marines being lost there. Like I said early game, we could, from the really early 3 racks, we could be seeing triple M, which is actually what it looks like we're seeing. We have the starport out now. This factory's not going to do anything. It's just still floating. Normally you could probably build like a tech lab on it, and just in case you can go like late game Thors, just for safety reasons. You could say 5 barracks are going to go down. Nice job with the add-ons for the barracks, the 3 tech labs and the 2 reactors. That's like the perfect number if you have 5 barracks, so kudos to that. These reactors can do a lot too. 2 Marines at a time and 3 Marauders at a time is a lot of DPS coming out. I believe a Marauder is 30 seconds and a Marine, or 2 Marines for 25 seconds, so that's a lot of damage coming out of those barracks.
Yeah, we really are going to see the first Marauders coming out for this army. Until now, we've really seen purely Marines coming out, and that Guardian Shield does huge damage. It's kind of like passive-aggressive damage because, those Guardian Shields take off 2 hit points per Marine, and that's a lot of damage. If you're investing so much in Marines, it really does give that Gateway Army some leg room to go ahead and take care of it, because traditionally we don't see so many Stalkers versus a Bio Army, and with these Marauders, it's going to be very interesting to see how these two forces tangle, as Marauders really do excellent against Stalkers in combination.
X-Marine is scouting out this whole army. He does scout the Triple M, which isn't that uncommon against Protoss, because heavy Marauders and Marines can get the nice DPS in needed, and then the Marauders like really do a lot of damage to Stalkers and armored units, so that's a very good advantage to have a nice amount of Marauders, which is why the 3 Tech Labs is really good, because that's 3 Marauders each 35 seconds, and that is a lot of DPS.
Nice force fields, really keeping any units away from running all up into the face, taking out these really precious sentries, which really go ahead and give this army such an extra boost. The sentries really are kind of like the medevacs of the Terran army, giving them, allowing them to not take as much damage the same way these medevacs go ahead and heal the units up during battle and throughout battle. It looks like we are going to go ahead and see a drop on its way. A few more medevacs actually with units still with the army. Maybe he might want to opt for some kind of dual drop, and it does look like we are going to see a classic technique going from the Terran to go ahead and try and spread these forces. And if Protoss does not scout this and then spread his forces, he is going to take a lot of economic damage.
Yeah, the economy is going to drastically be taken down by these probes, and he's going to come in from different sides, and that's one of the brutal things that you have to watch out for whenever playing Terrans. You can be in a huge battle at the middle of the map, and you can just get dropped, just lose your whole army. And this drop looks like it's going to go down. These Stalkers are going to do a lot of damage, and like you were saying earlier, Guardian Shields are like the medevacs, which I thought was a great analogy because it's so true. All of these medevacs are going to go down, not one unit for Terran being left alive. X-Marine's in a really good position right now. Not going for the middle line, he's going for the 2 forges, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. His 2-2 is on the way. Nice blink micro by BCN in that main battle, and now this blink micro is just, that's adding at least 2 more shots that your Stalkers can do. And this army's going to be able to come up and take out this drop with very minimal damage. I believe only one word kill only is pretty much what he lost in that forge, which, I mean, the forge can be a pretty big hit, but right now the economy for Protoss is very strong, and it can probably support 3 forges if he wanted to on 3 bases, if he does get those